There is a sentence in a book most Bibles cut. It names one angel, not Satan, not Lucifer. Then it does something stranger than a fall from heaven. It hands him the bill for every human sin. The name is Azazel, and the charge is this. He taught us how to make the sword. Then he taught us how to paint the face. Then the earth filled with both. Not a metaphor. That is the list. Chapter 8 of the book of Enoch. Swords, knives, shields, breastplates, the metals of the earth, bracelets, antimony, the beautifying of the eyelids. War and makeup in the same verse. Sit with that. If you have heard the name at all, you have probably heard the cheap version. Azazel is a demon. Azazel is a desert goat. Azazel is a comic book character with red skin. That is the school poster version. Here is the version in the text. In 1 Enoch, he is not the king of hell. He is one of 200. They are called watchers, angels assigned to look, not to touch. Their leader on paper is Simjaza. And the book never calls Azazel Satan. When Satan does appear later, Azazel's hosts are described as subject to him, a lieutenant, not the devil. Lucifer is not in the book at all. That name is Latin, and it arrives centuries later. Count the list, and he is 10th. Twice. Chapter 6 ranks him 10th of 20. Chapter 69 ranks him 10th again. And yet, when the verdict comes down, heaven does not say, blame the 200. It says, to him ascribe all sin. One name, the whole earth. That gap is the film. Chapter 6. The children of men multiply. Daughters are born who are beautiful. The angels of heaven see them, and they want them. Simjaza is the one who flinches. He says the thing a leader says when he already knows the ending. If we do this, I will pay alone. So they fix that. They swear, all of them, a mutual curse so that no one can walk it back. 200 descend in the days of Jared onto the summit of a mountain in the north. They call it Hermon, the text says, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. It is still there, the southern end of the anti-Lebanon range on the Syria-Lebanon border, about 2,814 meters, snow on it most of the year. The mountain kept the name of the oath. The text then lists chiefs of tens, Simjaza first. And here is the detail almost every video gets wrong. In chapter 6, the name Azazel is not there. The list says Asael, 10th of 20. The name Azazel does not appear until 2 chapters later. Scholars read them as the same figure. The Qumran Aramaic has Asael. But the text changes what it calls him at exactly the moment he starts teaching. This is not yet the fall as war story people want. There is no sword fight in the sky. There is a pact, a mountain, and a descent. Hold that, because the next chapter is not about marriage. It is about a school. Chapter 8 is a teacher's catalog. Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates. He made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them. Bracelets, ornaments, the use of antimony, the beautifying of the eyelids, costly stones, coloring tinctures. Read that again slowly. The first gifts are weapons. The next gifts are the workshop that makes weapons possible. Ore, heat, the knowledge of what is in the ground. Then, in the same breath, the face, antimony, coal, color, the technology of looking like something you are not, or more than you were. The text does not pause to wink. It does not say, this part is symbolic. It puts the forge and the cosmetics box on one table and calls the result godlessness. Then the other watchers open their own classrooms. Semjaza, enchantments and the cutting of roots. Armaros, how to break a spell. Barakajal, astrology. Kokabel, the constellations. Ezekiel, the clouds. Sariel, the course of the moon. So the charge against Azazel is not that he was the only one who talked. The charge is that his particular lesson is the one the earth could not metabolize. Swords scale, makeup scales. Once you can kill at a distance, and once you can rewrite the face, you do not go back to the village you had. And as men perished, the text says, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. Quick pause. If a map of a forbidden classroom is worth having, subscribe. One film like this every week, from the sources, not from other videos. Now, the sentence that made heaven pick a single name. Chapter 10. The Most High sends Uriel to Noah. Hide yourself, a flood is coming. That part you know from a different book. Then a second order, to Raphael. Bind Azazel hand and foot, cast him into the darkness. Make an opening in the desert which is in Dudael, and cast him therein. Place upon him rough and jagged rocks, cover him with darkness. Let him abide there forever. Cover his face that he may not see light. On the day of the great judgment, he shall be cast into the fire. Then, a few lines later, the sentence, the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. Not Semjaza, who led the oath, Azazel. In between, the Lord tells Raphael to heal the earth which the angels have corrupted. The crime is not only lust, the crime is the leak. Knowledge that was not supposed to be downstairs. Then Gabriel is sent against what the text calls the bastards and the reprobates, the children of the watchers, and told to send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. Note the word the book does not use. Nephilim is from Genesis 6. Enoch never says it. Then Michael takes Semjaza and the rest, 70 generations, bound in the valleys of the earth. But Azazel is handled first, and alone, and underground. A desert, a pit, rocks stacked until there is no face left to look at the sky. That is the prison the book describes. Not a throne, a hole. Here is the twist. Most churches never read 1 Enoch on a Sunday. They still say the name. Leviticus 16. The Day of Atonement. 2 goats, one for the Lord, one for Azazel. The Hebrew is La Azazel. Translators have fought over it for centuries, and they have not stopped. A demon's name, a place in the wilderness, an abstract word meaning total removal, or simply the goat that departs. The strongest argument is the grammar. For Azazel stands parallel to for the Lord, which suggests Azazel is a someone, not a something. And scapegoat is not in the Hebrew at all. William Tyndale invented that English word in 1530, translating the Pentateuch. Every time you use it, you are quoting a translator's guess. One animal carries what the camp cannot keep. It is walked out. It does not come back. In Enoch, a watcher is walked out of the world and stacked under rock, and the earth is told to heal. In Leviticus, a goat is walked out of the camp, and the people are told they are clean. I am not telling you they are the same document. They are not. I am telling you the name did not die when the book was cut. It went into the ceremony. Then it went into the word we still use when we need someone else to carry what we did. Strip the incense off. Enoch's claim is not that makeup is evil, and it is not that metallurgy is a sin. That is a sermon, and this is not a pulpit. The claim is sharper. There is knowledge that changes the species that receives it. Once it is in the village is not the village anymore. The book calls the teacher of that knowledge Azazel, and then it does the most extreme thing a sacred text can do. It puts every later human failure on his invoice. To him ascribe all sin. That is either a cosmology or it is the oldest version of a move you already know. Find one figure, load the whole dark onto him, walk him into the desert, come home lighter. Crowley adopted the name he was given and lived inside it. Jung said the thing you refuse to face runs you from behind. Enoch names the refusal, chains it, and stacks rocks on the face. 3 systems, 1 reflex. You can take that as the history of a lost book. You can take it as a warning about leaked tools. You can take it as the moment a culture invented the scapegoat and then forgot it had done so. The text does not choose for you. It only keeps repeating the inventory. Swords, metals, eyelids. Then a pit. The Book of Enoch is scripture in the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, and in no other. Everywhere else, it was left out. Azazel was not cut from the problem the book was trying to name. Someone taught the species a set of tools it could not put down. The book gave that teacher a name, a desert, and the entire debt. The only question left is the one the scapegoat never gets to ask. If you load every sin onto one figure, what exactly do you think you have unloaded? I put this whole line of thinking, the Hermetic stream, the later teachers, what they actually wrote, into a book called The Law of Attraction, What They Actually Taught. 129 pages with a 30-day workbook. The link is in the description. If this was worth your time, subscribe. One of these a week, weird, deep, and from the sources. The last ones were John D. Crowley, the Kabbalion. This is the angel those rooms were still arguing with. Which gift ruined us more, the sword or the mirror?